The woman discovered her sister had drugged the bedding, but instead of exposing her, she rubbed the powder on her face and destroyed her own beauty with her own hands, because she understood perfectly well. Rather than being her sister's pawn in the palace, it was better to withdraw voluntarily, so she could leave the palace early and reunite with her lover. It turned out the woman was an insignificant concubine's daughter in the prince's mansion. Just because she possessed stunning beauty, her stepmother forced her to enter the palace to help her sister compete for favor, but the woman's fiancé tried to get her eliminated during the consort selection, by deliberately making her wear the emperor's most hated color. Who knew this move would actually win the emperor's favor? The selected woman hadn't even figured out what happened. When she returned home, she was slapped by her sister, who accused her, saying she pretended to refuse entering the palace, while secretly investigating the emperor's preferences. The cruel stepmother feared she would compete with her sister for favor, so she forcibly made her drink sterilization medicine, and threatened her with her mother's life, forcing her to enter the palace and obey her sister. Though her fiancé never came to see her before entering the palace, the woman still held hope for him, still believing he had simply misunderstood the emperor's preferences. At this moment, her sister arrogantly declared herself the future favored consort. These words were overheard by a passing imperial consort. The imperial consort angrily asked who was being so presumptuous, so the sister quickly pushed the woman forward to take the blame. The woman had to admit guilt for her mother's sake. The imperial consort also recognized the woman as the emperor's chosen maiden, so despite the woman's plea, she was about to punish her. Fortunately, the empress arrived and saved her. After leaving, the imperial consort held a grudge, then ordered her maids to scheme to eliminate the woman. Seeing the woman had contact with the empress, the jealous sister sprinkled powder on her bed. This action actually helped the woman's plan. Rather than being her sister's pawn in the palace, it was better to disfigure herself voluntarily, to become an unnoticed palace maid. Wait until age 25 to leave the palace, then she could see her mother and sweetheart. Though the woman had become a lowly laundry maid, her sister still found ways to bully her, making her kneel all night for random reasons. Even the imperial consort hadn't planned to spare her, deliberately having eunuchs humiliate her during clothing delivery, then sending people to catch them in the act. Next, accusing the woman of defiling the palace, rewarding the woman to a eunuch. Despite the woman's constant pleas, the imperial consort was convinced the woman's disfigurement was just a strategy, just waiting for the opportunity to regain favor. Just as the woman was being taken away, she encountered her sister, who came to mock her. It turned out her sister told their mother about her marrying a eunuch, causing their mother to fall bedridden from excessive worry. The woman angrily stabbed them with her hairpin, desperately running toward the palace gates. The eunuchs chased closely behind. At the critical moment, someone grabbed her. It was her fiancé she had missed day and night. Her fiancé had already passed the imperial examination as top scholar, but now she was forced to marry a eunuch in disgrace. The gap between them made her both pained and unwilling to accept. Then, remembering how her fiancé deliberately made her wear that outfit before the selection, only to be chosen by the emperor instead. So the woman angrily pushed her fiancé away, demanding answers. Her fiancé told the truth. It turned out the woman's father wanted to force her into the palace, so he deliberately gave her fiancé false information. By the time he discovered, it was too late. The woman heard this with tears streaming down her face. Then she told him all the grievances she suffered in the palace, but the eunuch's search was getting closer.